guys, I wanted to come to you today with a candle video. It's to answer a lot of your questions that you've left me in the comments down through time, and I wanted to show you what I burn, why I burn them, the accessories I use, what candles I am mainly burning, and just kind of questions like that. So I will start off with just telling you why I choose whatever candle I decide to burn. And 99% of the time, it is just whatever happens to smell good that day and makes me happy. If that's the scent that makes me happy right then, that's what I burn 99% of the time. The other percent of the time is if I am anxious, I will go and find a London Tea and Lemon from Bath and Body Works. And I now have found some that smell just like it from the Colonial Candle. They're green tea and bergamot, and they smell a lot alike, and they have a calming effect on me. I don't know why, but that is the 1% of the time that I will choose a specific candle. The rest of the time, it's basically a crapshoot. So I wanted to tell you what the 4 types of candles is that I usually burn. I burn all types of candles. I try out all kinds of candles, but the 4 that I usually stick with is, my favorite is the Bath and Body Works, because I get the best payoff with these. I get the best throw out of these. I know that there's duds in them. I've had duds. The puny wick syndrome, sometimes there's an off smell. The wicks never stay the same, but for me, I always get the best payoff with these Bath and Body Works candles, so that's why I'm sticking with them right now. And then I like these Colonial candles, whether it's in this type jar, I just got this recently, or the oval type jars. I love these Colonial candles, and they have a good payoff. And this is a very strong candle. It smells just as strong as the London Tea and Lemon when you have it burning. So I really like these Colonial candles. Another candle that I was surprised that I started liking was the 719 Walnut Avenue you get from Walmart. They're less than $5. These, I will say, are a hit or miss. I have 3 of them that I absolutely love. One is this Country Market, one is the Pumpkin Waffles, and one is the Cranberry Ice. I have multiple backups of the Country Market and the Pumpkin Waffles because I love them that much. They are really good, and they're less than $5. I can't remember what the exact price is. But I also burn the Yankee candles, and I had so many hauls of these last year thinking because they smelled good on cold, and I bought a bunch of them, and the only 2 that I can really smell is this white chocolate apple, which you've seen a million times from me, and the chocolate layer cake, and I have one burning in my kitchen right now as we speak. Those are the 2 that I can smell almost every time. Somebody left a comment a couple weeks ago that said that there was nothing wrong with Yankee candles, that it was my nose, that there was something wrong with my nose. I am here to tell you that there is absolutely nothing wrong with my nose, because I can smell these candles, this London Tea and Lemon. I can smell it. I can smell all these candles. There's nothing wrong with my nose. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that say the same exact thing. Yankee candles has a problem. And so I had a repairman here for my air conditioner, and he and his wife have burned Yankee candles for years, and he started telling me a story, and he said their products have gone down over the last couple of years, and that he and his wife have actually stopped purchasing Yankee candles and stopped burning candles because she loved Home Sweet Home, and I can't remember what his favorite one was, but they've stopped buying them. So it's not just me. He couldn't smell it. I can't smell it, and there's a lot of YouTubers out there, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with my nose. It's a product. I'm hoping that with the new owners that supposedly they have, that they're going to improve the product to what it once used to be, and I would love that, and I would definitely buy Yankee candles if it was what it once was. But what it is today, no, I don't want to do that. As far as wax that I melt, I do love the Yankee tarts. I will clarify something for Jill. I messed her up last month with my empties. I had some that were campfire treats and I hated them because there was absolutely no scent in them, and I'm going to throw those away. And I want to tell her I bought those at last summer's SAS sale, and they were from the Halloween before that. So they were about 2 years old probably when I was trying to melt these crazy things. This one, I have it away from my nose and I can smell it from here. So if it's a new tart, definitely give it a try. You're going to find some duds, of course, but make sure that don't buy them at the SAS sale. Don't buy them, I mean, you can at the SAS sale, but make sure that they're not, the plastic is not turning hard or the label is not got a discoloration on them, because they're getting old and these do lose their scent a lot quicker. But I do like these and I would give them a try, definitely, because these are what I would purchase now from Yankee Candle if I was to purchase anything. I also I'm using up my votive candles that I bought from Yankee. I melt these in my wax melter. I take the wick out, I take the metal out, and I throw these in my wax melter and I use them as a melt. Or I do burn these in votives. If I have a votive that I need a candle, I will burn them that way as well. And then, of course, I have my Sensationals and my Better Homes and Garden that's in these clam shells like this. I burn these all the time. I have a ton of these and I absolutely love these as well. So those are some of the things that I burn. I made some tarts myself out of a candle that had an awesome cold sniff, but when I started burning it, there was no scent in it. It was from Michael's. It's this French macaroon that they had last year. When I made it into the tart form, it smells awesome when you're melting it. So I do those. I have never burned a Scentsy because I don't have a Scentsy rep. So that's one of the reasons why I've never burned Scentsy. As far as the accessories that I use, this is what they consist of. We all have cotton balls. We all need them at some point or in time, because we're going to have puny wick syndrome. We're going to need to get some wax out of our candles. So cotton balls come in handy. Don't do what I did one time. I was not paying attention and I put the cotton ball in there with the wicks lit. Don't do that, because it starts a really big fire really fast. So thank God it was in the bathroom when I did it. It was on the sink. So watch doing things like that. Blow your wicks out and then mop up the excess wax and turn the wicks back, or light the wicks again. Don't pull a Brenda. I'm always doing something goofy like that all the time. That is the story of my life. I've done something goofy like that. I also use the aluminum lids from Yankee Candle. I use them on the Yankee candles. I've also been using them on these colonial candles like this. I have an Aqueous candle in there right now that I have laying on top of the rim, and it's really helping it out as well. It helps them burn down evenly, and I don't have like tunneling or anything. So it really helps when I have this on top of it, and it also helps when I have this on top of them and they're in a hurricane, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. I also use a wick dipper, and when you're ready to blow your candles out, you just take this, you knock the wick over in the wax, and you stand it right back up the way it was, and you let your candle solidify, and you've got your candle ready to go for the next time. I also use one of the Yankee Candle wick trimmers. I use a lot of Yankee Candle accessories. It's just the candles the big candles I don't like. I got these for $9.99. These are awesome when the wick is way down in the bottom. You're burning at the bottom of your jar. Get these and there's no problems with them. So they're $9.99 and they're awesome to have, and I would recommend them. And then of course I just have your typical lighter gun. I get these at the dollar store, and I use those. I try never to have any of my candles burning just out in the open. I always try to keep them in hurricanes. So for my bedroom, my Bath and Body Works candles, excuse me, I always burn them in the living room, and I have a special hurricane for that. But any other candle that I burn in my bedroom or in the kitchen or anywhere else, except for the bathroom, I will have them in a hurricane about this size. It's about that big around. I don't even think you get a Bath & Body Works candle in this, but this is what I use for my bedroom and kitchen. Sometimes in the living room, I will use this as well. In the bathroom, I generally burn smaller candles, so I have smaller voltage for them. And yes, this is a spider thing from Halloween, but I love it, and I use it anyways. I'd rather use Halloween than have my house burned down. So I use those for the bathrooms. And then these type of hurricane type things, I do not use these. I have my air conditioner vents are at the top of my house. It blows the wicks. It gets a lot of soot. And also I have a cat that acts like a banshee every once in a while, running through the house like crazy, and I don't want him to spill this and accidentally spill it or knock something into it and setting something on fire. So these basically just hold my extra volatives and things like that, and they'll probably end up at the Goodwill before it's all over with because I don't use those. The one that I use for my living room is this one, and I use all my Bath & Body Works candles in it. I have a strong wind that comes out of one of my air vents, and this prevents it from doing that. This from messing up the wicks. This also comes out of it, and you can put a Yankee candle down in it with no problems at all and burn on that. There's no problems with that. So this is what I use in my living room, and I absolutely love that. And then for my wax, this is my favorite wax melter, if I can get it undone. And I put my wax tarts in here, my wax melts from Walmart's, and my votives after I pull the wick out. I put them in here and I burn them, and I have absolutely no problem. If I need to, sometimes I can just twist and it'll come right out and I throw it away when I'm done. Other times I have to put it in the freezer. But I absolutely love this thing. I got it at Michael's for $9.99. Used my 40% off coupon, and it was a great price. I also use this as what I use to make my tarts. I left the lid on. When you're using a wax melter, do not have the candle lit at the same time. I know that sounds like common sense, but I've heard some horror stories, so don't do that. But I just let it go melt all the way down. I poured it in my ice tray, and I let them solidify, and now I have my my tarts. I also use smaller candles on them, like this type of candle. I will put that on there. I had this type of Yankee. I put this on there if I'm trying to melt it. If I'm trying to melt down a Bath & Body Works candle, I will put this on there as well because it fits the base perfectly on that. So I use this a lot. And then Brett from Brett and Brad on YouTube talked me into getting this centerpiece from Yankee. And it just takes these easy melt cups, you place it down here, you turn it on, and it just throws a scent, and it is wonderful. And then you can use the empty container, and you can use it as a second wax melter with putting your cubes of wax in there or your tarts in there. So I'm very thankful to Brett, sorry, I keep calling him Brett, for showing me about this and telling me about this, because I absolutely love this thing. So thank you, Brett, for that. I'm very appreciative of that and helping me get that. And then the last thing, Mr. Kong's mom, I had one of these saved in my cart at Amazon for a long time. I just could never pull the trigger because I didn't know if it would work well. And Mr. Kong's mom had a video on this and showed how well it worked after she had repainted her house. And she said that when a candle starts sooting, she puts it in here. And so that's what I do with my Yankee candles when I burn them so far and I can't get any scent. I relegate my Yankee candles to this. I only put Yankee candle, this size of jar in there, or this size of jar. I don't put a smaller jar down in this because I don't want it to overheat or anything. I'm afraid that would happen. So I don't want to do that. But I do that if I don't get a scent the first time I melt the candle, it goes in the empties. If it does continue with a scent, then I will keep on burning it or melting it in this. So those are the things that I use, the accessories, the candles, the wax, everything, the way I choose to burn my candles. That those are all the things I can think of, that the questions that you've asked me. And I just wanted to give you a video and show you those things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask down in the comments. I would be happy to answer them. And I will see you guys in my next video. Have a good day. Bye.